In this video, I'm going to show you an easy way to set up your very own AI agent in WhatsApp in under 25 minutes. And the best part about this is it's going to cost you less than 5 cents per lead to use this system. AI agents have been all the hype in the past few months. However, most of these have been embedded only on websites. Expanding these AI agents to other channels such as WhatsApp provides business owners a huge opportunity. According to this recent article by Zflow, AI agents on WhatsApp have the potential to increase customer conversion by up to 45 to 60%, which is absolutely huge. The agent that we're looking at today will converse with your lead over WhatsApp, answering any questions that they have. It will also qualify that lead and add them to your CRM. And lastly, once the lead has been qualified, it will book in a call with them. At the end of this video, I'll show you the exact steps that you need to take to build this AI agent in WhatsApp. If you're new to this channel, my name is Yash and I help business owners implement and build these generative AI solutions which help optimize their business processes. I now want to show you a demo of how this system works, so let's go hop into WhatsApp. Let's start by initiating a conversation with the agent. So it's responded back and asked us how it can help. So I'm just going to say I need some help with marketing for my company. I'm going to give it my name. So then it's going to ask us the name of our company, email, and specific marketing objective that it needs. And the agent's going to then take this information to perform the qualification. So I'm going to give it my agency name, email, and my marketing objective, which is I need to, so my objective is to widen my reach. So it's come back with some information saying it can help us out, asking us to book in a call. And yes, I do want to book in a call. And there it sent us that meeting link to book in. If we hop right into the CRM now, you can see this lead. My lead has been captured and they've got my email address and been qualified. It's got my objectives here as well. So you can see that the agent has successfully saved all that information in the CRM, and then you can use this to prepare for your call. Before diving into the step-by-step build, I just want to take a bit of time to explain the tools that are being used for the system and do a walkthrough of the overview and show you how all of these tools are being connected together. So starting off, we've got WhatsApp, which is obviously the channel that we're using to embed this AI agent on. To build this AI agent, I'm using a platform called Agentive. The thing that I really like about this platform is you can build AI agents by putting in a prompt. You can also upload knowledge bases and you can connect custom tools to this as well. And right now it's completely free of cost because they're in their open beta at the moment. So you can just go in, create an account and get started with this one. In order to perform the qualification of your lead, you're going to need to have custom tools. And in order to do that, we're going to be using Relevance AI. The reason why I chose Relevance AI for this example is they've got some really useful research tools. For example, doing Google searches or validating doing searches over LinkedIn, which can be really handy. For the CRM, I've used HubSpot, as you can get started for free. You don't really need to pay anything. Just create an account and it's very easy to link it to Relevance AI. And finally, to actually book the meetings in, I'm using Calendly so that the AI agent will just send a Calendly meeting to your lead and they can use that to book the appointment in. Moving on to the overview, I just want to show how all of these systems are linked. So in this example, the AI agent we're going to be building, it belongs to Echo Marketing, which is a digital marketing agency, and it's going to be engaging with leads and booking a call with them to discuss their marketing needs. So starting off here, we've got WhatsApp, where your lead's going to be able to send messages and your AI agent's going to be able to respond to them. The main purpose of the agent here is to answer their questions, obviously, and then to collect their name, email, company name, and what are the services required. These will then be sent over to the agent, to Agentive, and that's where we've got the prompt, the different model that we've configured in order to answer those questions. We've also attached a knowledge base, and we've got some custom tools here. Then we move on to Relevance AI. That's where the tools have been connected. So we've got a tool to do some research over Google and LinkedIn to perform the qualification. For this example, the criteria that we're using for qualification is we're going to check if the company that the lead's from is bigger than 5 employees. If it is, then this tool is going to return a response which says that they're qualified, and then the agent will then proceed to try and get them to book in the meeting. To actually perform the qualification, we're going to be capturing their name, their company name, which is really important because that's how we're going to be doing the research, marketing objective and email. Some of this other information is then taken, if the lead is qualified, it's going to be then saved to HubSpot and into the CRM. And if we come back, if the lead is qualified, then it goes back to Agentive, and then the AI agent will respond back to the lead saying, we're happy to help you out, asking them a few follow-up questions, and then eventually working with them to book in the meeting. Now I want to dive into the build step by step, and I'll start off with Agentive and show you how exactly I've built this agent. So the most important thing here is the prompt that I've used. So let's have a look at this. So with most of my prompts, I like to structure them in different segments. So I usually like to start off with a role, and this is where I describe the agent's identity. So in this case, it's Sam, an AI sales agent working for Echo Marketing. I like to define the task that the agent will be performing. So here, the agent's job is to understand what the lead is asking, qualify them for Echo Marketing, and then book in the meeting with them. The next part is the specifics. So this is where you include information for how the agent should be interacting with the lead. And we've got a whole bunch of information here. I'm not going to go through it line by line. The next section is then the specifics. So this is where you would include information on how the AI agent should be interacting with the lead and the details around this. So we start off by telling the agent to greet the lead, then asking them for their company name, email, and marketing objective, as that's the key information that we need for our qualification criteria. Then the agent will be performing the qualifications. The lead is qualified, then it will ask them if they would like to book in a call. If the lead declines, then the conversation ends right there. If they do agree, then they'll be sent this Calendly link to book in a call, and thank them for their time and also to answer any other questions that they may have. So this is the general flow of the conversation that we've told the agent to take. Next section is the tools. So this is how the agent will know when to call the tools. So we've got a tool here called Research Qualify, and we've told the agent to use this tool once the lead has provided the name, email, address, company name, and the marketing objective. And we need to use this tool to research and qualify them. It's also important to mention what responses this tool will provide to the agent. So in this case, we are either going to get a qualified or not qualified, which is going to make it easier for the agent to understand what to do next. We also have knowledge base. We've got 2 knowledge bases attached to this. So I've got two documents that I've attached here. To create a new knowledge base, all you can do is just hit create and type in the knowledge base name, and then hit create, and you can add the files in. So I've got 2 files here specifically. First one is the Echo Marketing website. So I just, for the sake of this example, I got a Word doc and created a section about Variance team, the different projects that we've worked on. And I've got another one, which is for the frequently asked questions that a digital marketing agency may get. And then lastly, I've just put in a small section here on examples. This outlines the conversation flow, or an example of the conversation flow we might expect. And this starts off with the bot greeting, the lead responding with all of their details. And that just gives the agent an understanding of how they should actually progress with the conversations. And the most important thing to understand about most of these large language models is you can give it the role, the context, and everything, but it's equally important to give it an example, because that's when you're going to have more predictable behavior for these models. And then lastly, we've got the notes section. I usually like to put in a note section here because it serves as a way to round out the agent. Sometimes when you put information in the top of the prompt, or especially in the middle of the prompt, sometimes it can get missed out. So this is where you input all of your important constraints that you want and the things that you want the bot to do. So here you want it to be professional and friendly. You want it to sound human and not like a bot, even though it is an AI agent. I want the responses to be tailored specific to the user's needs, and make sure, the advice that is given is practical and actionable. In terms of the model that we're using GPT-4o Mini, as this one's the cheapest model out there at the moment, and it's also quite good, much better than 3.5 Turbo. And lastly, we've got the tools section. So to attach a tool, you just need to hit this drop-down button and hit on Create New Tool Provider. To create this tool, you need to input an open API schema, and just shortly, I'm going to be covering how you can actually create this tool. So let's head over to Relevance AI and I can show you how. Now I want to take you through the tool that we've built for this agent, and let's go through this step by step. So starting off with most of the Relevance AI tools that you'll build, you'll have this input section where you can define what are the properties that will be going into your tool. Here we've defined 4 properties. So starting off with the lead name, the company name, email, and the marketing objective. So all of these variables are going to be coming straight from the agent, and that will be the information that they've collected from the lead in their conversations. To set up the variables, you can give it a description in terms of what exactly the name of the variable is, and a sort of short descriptor in terms of what exactly the variable is for. Then this is where you define the variable name for the system, and you can define what format you want it to be. And similarly, we've got all 3 of these variables with their names and the format and the variable type. The next step is to then qualify the lead. In order to do this, we're going to be using this function here for the Google search. So the query that we're going to be looking up is just LinkedIn, and then using the company name, that's going to output it into this Google variable. This will give us a whole list of search results that we'll get straight from Google. The next thing we need to do is to search through them, filter through them, and pick out the most relevant one that we have. So we're going to be making a call to ChatGPT here, calling the LLM function. We've got a prompt here which talks about analyzing Google search results and extracting the most likely company URL based on the company name. So we provide that here. And in terms of the specifics and the task that it needs to provide is it will have a look at the company name and have a look at the URLs that have been returned. And from that, it's going to provide us a URL that's going to be the same as the company that we're looking for. And we've just given an example here where we say this is the format that we want the output in. Then that result is going to be stored in this LinkedIn company. So this is where we're going to get just the URL of the company profile. The next step is to actually get data of that from LinkedIn. So we feed that URL into this next function, which is the get LinkedIn profile. And here we've got different methods that we can select with. So this can work with users or companies. In this case, we want a company profile. So we put that in, and then it's going to store all of that company data in this LinkedIn variable. So now by this stage, we've got the company's profile, we've got their description, we've got how many employees they have, we've got all of that profile information stored in here. Now, the next thing to do is to perform the qualification based on the information that we've received. So again, we make a call to ChatGPT, and here the role of this function is to qualify the LinkedIn profile and extract the specific information. So here we're telling it to analyze just a few different variables. The one that we really care about is the employees one. In terms of the specifics, we want outputs to be in a valid JSON format. And we also want the company summary description as well. So that's going to tell us what the company does. And we've provided it an example output here. So in terms of the location, the summary, and the employee. So it's going to fetch all of that based on the information that we've input. And then we tell it that this is the data it needs to analyze, and just a few notes here to make sure that the output that we get is in the format that we want it. And that will be saved in this company data variable, and it will be in the format like this. So once we've got all that information, it's going to be stored in this company data variable. So this is an object, and we're gonna need to convert this information into a JSON string. So we've just got the function here which takes that information and converts it into a JSON. And then lastly, we to this section here where we're actually performing the qualification of it. And in order to make sure that we can input all of this information here, we've just converted it to JSON, which makes it easier. So we've got a prompt here, which is talking about its purpose is to identify the lead as qualified or unqualified. And the context that we're giving here, the criteria that we're giving here is that the company has to have more than 5 employees. If that is not met, then the lead is not qualified. We've given it a few specifics in terms of once it's determined what the response is, if it's qualified or unqualified, it's only supposed to output this specific word and no other information. We don't really care about why it is. We just want to understand if it's qualified or not. Sometimes you might get company profiles which are incomplete, or it's not able to pull the correct company profile. In that sort of scenario, we've put in another condition here. If the search results are empty or null, you will output qualified, because let's just say if for whatever reason the scraping doesn't work properly, or there's not enough, the data is not to the greatest of quality, we don't want to let go of that lead just because the information is not good. So in those cases, we're going to be qualifying them, and we've just got a few examples here of how the qualification would work. So if a company size is 13, that's qualified. If it's null, it's still qualified. If the company size is 3, then the answer is unqualified. So that gives the function call some understanding and some examples. And then finally, we ask it to actually perform the qualification. And then finally, in that lead qualification variable, we'll have the output qualified or unqualified. And that is what's going to be returned back to our agent. So after that, what we do is we make a API call to HubSpot, and this is where we're going to be saving the lead information if they are qualified. And we do that first by checking the answer for the lead qualification answer. So if that equals qualified, only then this API condition will be run. And then you need to you need to connect your account. So if you just hit add account and then follow this process, it's gonna open up like a new window, and you're gonna have to log in and do all of that. I've already got my account connected, so I'm not going to do that again. And the API pathway for this one is this one right here. And in terms of the parameters, you can see we're going to be capturing the name, email, company name, the summary, and all of the information in terms of their objectives and the employee. And all of this is going to go straight to the CRM. So once they do book in a call, you've got that background information on them. You can use that to do a bit more research, and it's going to help you be more prepared in those meetings. And then finally, in terms of the tool output, this is where we can select what is it that we want to output. And we've chosen the lead qualification answer, and that's this variable, which is just going to output qualified or not qualified, and that's going to be sent straight back to the AI agent. So with that done, now I'm going to show you how you can use this tool and add it into Agentive. So we're just going to go back. If you go back to your tools page and hit new, and you're going to see this button called custom actions. That's what we want to click on. And this lets us create custom actions for our agents. So we're going to scroll down and select the one that we want. So that's the research qualify one. And here you now have the option of generating an API key and an open API schema. So firstly, we're going to select custom authorization, and then we're going to hit generate key. So this is your API key, which is very important. And then you're going to go down and hit on generate open API schema. So quick explanation of what this open API schema means. It's the machine's way of explaining to agentive application how this API works, what are the security protocols, what are the inputs and the outputs to explain. So we hit copy on that, go back to agentive, go to tools, and if we hit new tool provider, we just paste in this open API schema and it should automatically recognize. And then you need to hit create authentication, go API key, go custom. We need to then copy this token that we've generated, put it into the API key, and then have authorization as the header. And if you then hit create tool, it's going to create that. It's going to create that tool for your agent. I'm not going to hit it because I've already done it. It's going to get rid of this for the time being. Cancel. I've already got this research qualify tool put in. But once you do that, you'll have this tool ready to go. And the prompt that we've put in here, that's going to help the agent understand when to use this tool. All right, with that all done, now it's time to deploy this bot onto WhatsApp. So the good thing about Agentive is it's got the feature here, which you can use to deploy your agent straight away onto the different platforms. So I'm just gonna make sure that this bot is published. I'm gonna hit publish here. In order to deploy your agent, you hit this button and we're gonna select WhatsApp as the deployment method. I've already done my deployment here. I'm just going to deactivate it and I'm going to show you how you can do it again from scratch. So let's hit connect WhatsApp. You're going to have to log into your Facebook account for this and connect it up. I've already done that, so I'm going to hit connect. Just have a read of these conditions here where you'll be sharing information with the Agentive team. So firstly, you need to set up a business portfolio in here. I've already set mine up. So you need to select one, give in your business name and your website, just hit next. Then you need to choose a WhatsApp business account. If you don't already have a WhatsApp business account attached to this, here you get the option of creating a new one. So if you select create new WhatsApp business account and the business profile, when you hit next, it's going to give you the option to fill in that information and then attach a phone number to it. I've already got mine, so I'm just going to select that and then hit next. It's just going to get you to the review screen, so you see that. You hit connect. It's verifying my information, and that's it. So my agent has now been connected to my WhatsApp number, and that's it. Your agent is ready to go and to converse. So whenever your leads message the number that you've attached to this agent, it's going to automatically start talking to them. The last step is here, you just confirm that. Cool, and that's it. Just one key call out to make is we've got an interval here which we can select, and in terms of seconds, I'll just put this to 5 seconds here. And that just means that every time your agent gets a message from your lead, it's going to respond in 5 seconds, just to make sure it doesn't seem too robotic. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on more generative AI solutions and use cases. Let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see or any other topics you'd like me to cover. If you want to see another valuable AI use case, be sure to check out this video here, where I've used generative AI to build a social media system that creates unique content 100% automated. Or if you're interested in how you can use AI to call and qualify your leads, be sure to click on this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.